Listen by Beyonce. What? Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc, coming to you with your no frills American Idol commentary from a singer. I hope it's casual Friday now because I am very casual. It's hot up in here, the heat is on, and I am watching American Idol and I'm getting hot too. It was the guys' night, so we had 10 guys tonight in the Beatles Love Theater of Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas at the Mirage, and Jimmy Iovine and the girls were in the audience watching, and we had 10 guys up. I'm gonna jump right into it and tell you what happened. First off, we had Paul Jolley. He did Tonight I Want to Cry by Keith Urban, and he started out sitting on a high stool. I wrote the only way to sit on stage unless you're at the piano is at a high stool. That's just me as a performer. The beginning was a little lackluster for me, but he had a nice big note when he stood up. I wasn't really feeling this vocal performance except for the big notes that he hit. He hit a few. Nikki said his eyes are very theatrical and told him to work on not overperforming. Randy said he has a great potential and a wide range. Kind of lackluster reviews to me. Johnny Keys was next. He did I Won't Give Up by Jason Mraz. And I like the sound of Johnny's voice, but he didn't seem to be getting into the story of the song or singing to anyone in particular. But he was good at working the camera and the judges, you know. I just didn't feel any connection to what he was singing. Keith said it's the best he has sung and called it effortless. Nikki told him to her he doesn't have the greatest vocal in the world. Randy said it was just an okay performance. Mariah babbled on about something or another. I don't even remember. She just, okay, I'm not going to go into that right now. And did Ryan take a dig at Paul Jolley when he said he's glad there's finally some masculinity on the stage? Or was he talking about Jada? Because up next, we had the fabulous Jada who did Rumour Has It by Adele. I think this might be the first time Adele has been done by a guy. I love Jada's theatricality and commitment to the performance. The vocal was pretty good, but the added drama, the makeup, the clothes, and the sparkle really felt like a full professional performance to me. The judges were gagging and the audience were on their feet. Keith said he loved what Jada was undertaking. Randy said he doesn't miss a beat, but he didn't feel any originality. What? Mariah said he felt so confident, but he wasn't wavering vocally. And he got a lot of comments from them. They were talking on and on and on, and you gotta watch it. It was a lot. They were, you know, the judges were having a little contention, a little fighting going back and forth between themselves today on a lot of the performance. And Ryan Seacrest said, we haven't seen this much glitter since Adam Lambert's season on Idol. Shout out Adam Lambert. What's up? What's up? Oh! Anyway, Kevin Harris was up next. He did Everything I Do It For You by Bryan Adams. And they nicknamed him Butter because they said his voice sounds like butter. And he had a really nice voice, but the music seemed to be dragging a little bit to me. Like, I wrote like pulling teeth. It just wasn't there. It was just pulling him back, it seemed to me. He had a really nice sustained falsetto note twice, and yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Keith said he has a crazy range and thought he did very good. Nikki said every choice he made tonight was perfection, and she gushed over his performance and said his vocal was 100%. Randy said he totally disagreed. He was bored and it was karaoke. Who do you agree with? Next, Chris Watson did Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis. And I was liking his attitude and playfulness during this song, and the arrangement was really nice with a little bite to it, you know, almost rocking it out almost. He didn't use much range, vocal range in this, but everything he did was right in the pocket. That ending was not great. I wrote, but that ending? Question mark. Nikki said he's the prettiest man she's seen in her life and told him she wants to marry his vibrato. Randy said he loves him, but he said the song went nowhere for him and that he was bored. Mariah said it wasn't his best performance. So if you're loving the commentary so far, please thumb it up, thumb it up, thumb it up. I know tonight was kind of, especially the first half of the show for me, was very lackluster, except for Jada. You know, it was just kind of slow and not, you know, but it gets better. It gets better, people. It gets better, everybody. So next up we had Devin Velez. He did Listen by Beyonce. What? My eyebrows went up when I heard the first word. I was like, listen. Oh, work. But it kind of worked out because he did it in Spanish and English, but he was holding something back for me. You know, I was missing the passion, but the audience was on their feet before he even finished. Keith said he made a connection with him from singing the song and having a voice. Nikki said he made a smart choice as an artist by singing some of it in Spanish, and Randy said he thought it was amazing. I thought it was good. I didn't get all of that. I'm sorry. Elijah Liu did Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars, and hearing him sing after hearing him speak was kind of a jolt for me. You know, it didn't seem like the same person, and he kind of had that young new edition Michael Jackson sound going on and was adventurous with the falsetto parts, but they didn't quite work for me. Not bad, but I didn't think it was great either. Keith said it was a shaky performance, but he looks like a pop star, and he called him current and relevant. Nikki was flirting with so many guys tonight, you know, but she was flirting with him, and she must be horny right now. I don't know what's going on with her. Randy said he had no moments in the song. Mariah said exactly what I said with his new edition-y sound in the mid-range. She also said Mexican and Chinese is a good combination. And almost anything with Chinese is a good combination. Do you agree? Can I get an amen? Charlie Askew was up next. He did Rocket Man by Elton John. And he was shaking with nerves during this performance, but his vocal was on point for me and he hit all the right notes dead on. I liked him using the footless mic stand, you know, holding it. It was kind of like a little, I don't know, like, you know, like the little horses with it. That's what it reminded me of. Nikki stood for him, and she said that he had the most interesting song choice of the night. Mariah said she lived for the song choice, and the audience was really loving him. I mean, they were clapping, going crazy. Jimmy Smith did Raining on Sunday by Radney Foster, covered by Keith Urban, and he gave such a simple performance with a solid vocal and a nice key change. But looking at it, I was like, this was just okay. I was missing something, some spark, some moment. He didn't have a wow moment in it. Nikki said it was a pretty good vocal, but she was bored. Randy also said it was boring and he didn't think it was great. Mariah said she's been fighting for him, but she didn't think it was his best vocal either. Curtis Finch Jr. was up next. He did Superstar, he had the pimp spot, Luther Vandross, and he worked it for everything it was worth, and you know that. I was surprised how he started this song out, but it was kind of a pleasant surprise actually, and he got the audience on their feet with a serious note in the center. I was like, oh boy, he really worked this out. Very dramatic, used his range from the bottom all the way to the top. It was a great vocal for me and not overdone in my opinion. Right in the pocket, just everything was right there. Keith said there were parts that were overperformed, but his voice is beautiful. Randy said he's one of the best singers in the whole competition, but advised him to keep it young. Mariah said he moved her to tears. Alright, so then we get to the eliminations, and they said they didn't really have, you know, tonight was interesting. And I don't think the guys tonight beat out the girls. Let me know what you thought. I thought the girls' show last night was a lot better than the guys were tonight. So they had one person that they needed, Jimmy Iovine, to help them out with. But it seemed to me like if they were going to have a tiebreaker kind of thing, that it would be like they would have two people that they were unsure of, and Jimmy would choose which one went through. That's not how it worked out. Anyway, Curtis Finch Jr. was staying. Elijah Liu stayed. For Paul Jolley, they went to Jimmy Iovine. This was a tiebreaker. And he said he was a good singer with the wrong song and he oversang it. But he thought that he should go through because he was such a good singer. Charlie Askew went through, and he went to hug Nicki Minaj first because everybody else was going down the line from Mariah to Keith. He went straight to Nicki, and then he went to Keith, and then he went. So you know, he knows where his bread is buttered, baby. He knows Nicki is fighting for him all the way tooth and nail. And Devin Velez was the final one to go through. Going home were Jimmy Smith, Kevin Harris, Jada, Chris Watson, and Johnny Keezer. Johnny gone again. I wonder if he's gonna come back. I don't know how old was he? I don't know if he can come back again next season. Jada. Of course everybody was hugging all the judges. And how great is it to get to hug like Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj? Okay, but Ryan said, thanks for sharing your gooder with us. Shady. I just thought that was shady. Next week we do it again with the girls and the guys. I'm not sure who's gonna be first, but it's sudden death, and I am really liking this new sudden death. Tell me what you thought down in the comments. This is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc.com. Make sure to check out some of my other videos. I'm gonna put some playlists down, and you can click, and it'll open up a new window right down below. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.